So how does the devil attack? Paano siya umaatake sa atin? First, through temptation. He will make us fall into sin. And therefore, this is the ordinary way by which he attacks us. Tukso. Tinutukso tayo. But there are extraordinary ways by which he can always also do if we open doorways in our life. He can cause obsession. Narinig nyo na ba to? Obsession. Oppression, that means obsession, the attack is on the mind. Suddenly, a young child can hear suddenly voices or have nightmares. Oppression is attack on the body. So the attack is from outside and the devil is attacking the body from the outside. Possession is, the attack is from inside. That means the devil takes control of the body. And therefore, the person is put into a trance. Nakatrance ho yan. He is put into a, parang natutulog yung tao. That is why walang naalala yung isang taong na-possess. He will not remember anything because he is put into a sleep, deep sleep or trance state. Now, the devil can attack all of these faculties. The imagination, maybe you are praying and suddenly the devil will say, don't pray anymore, it is useless. Right? And he puts there an image of something that is scary. Halimbawa, we are dreaming at night, tapos meron tayong nightmares. We dream about the devil. Maybe it can happen na before you handle a case, may kaso kayong mabigat, suddenly, in your dream, you will see the face of the devil. The devil is attacking your imagination. Or emotions. I'm sure marami kayong mga kaso na ini-interview nyo pa lamang, sasabihin ng kaso, brother, father, I don't know why I feel so angry towards you. I don't know why I am so afraid of you. I don't know why I'm so suddenly depressed habang kinakausap kita. Because the devil at that moment is attacking the emotions of that person. The devil can also trigger our memories. If, for example, I have not forgiven someone, then the devil will always trigger that memory so that little by little, I start to feel anger and then hatred and then I will take revenge on my enemies. So the devil can trigger the memory again and again until talagang sasabog na lang kayo. You will suddenly just go amok. That is why very important to make sure that our emotions, our memory, and our imagination are also healed. We should pray for healing of these different faculties. Now, the devil cannot attack our will, yung ating kalooban. That means he cannot force you to sin. He cannot force you to commit sin. He can tempt you, and he can tempt you seriously, but he cannot force you to sin. That is why a possessed person is, at that moment that he is possessed, cannot sin because he is asleep. And the devil cannot know what I'm thinking. Anong iniisip ko, hindi alam ng demonyo because it is in my intelligence. God has intellect and will. We have intellect and will, and these are the two faculties that the devil cannot touch. So the devil does not know what I'm thinking, what is in my heart. Hindi niya nakikita at nalalaman yung iniisip ko. But if I imagine, for example, ngayon pa lang, I am here in this room and I imagine Chicken Joy. Parang nagugutom ako, I am hungry and I'm thinking of, in my imagination, I am imagining Chicken Joy. So my mind, my imagination is somewhere else. So the devil will see that. And the devil will know, aha, I can tempt this person para he will not focus on the talk, but just think about eating. Okay? Think about lunchtime. Okay? So malayo na yung inyong isipan. Okay? Nasa labas na. Okay? Precisely because the devil sees what we are imagining. That is why when I go for an exorcism, yung ginagawa ko is, I blank my emotions. It is stable. I remove everything in my imagination. Binablanko ko yan. So that the devil doesn't know what I'm imagining or what I am feeling. Because if the devil, you are an exorcist or you're a deliverance minister, and you approach the demoniac, and then suddenly the demoniac starts to scream, sumisigaw sa'yo, and suddenly tumitibok na yung puso mo, you start to get afraid. The devil can see that. And if you start to imagine that you might lose against the devil, he can see what you're imagining also. Okay? I remember I had a case wherein I was locked in a room with a demoniac. And yung babae, mabuti may CCTV camera naman doon, I saw that she was starting to undress herself. Right? But because my mind was blank, my imagination was blank, my emotions was blank, the demon could not know what was going on with me. So when he saw that I was not being tempted, I was not afraid, I was not getting agitated, then the girl started again to put on her clothes and then tried another tactic. So the devil can smell your fear. He can see your heart and see it palpitate. Kaya sasabihin niya, takot ka sa akin. You are afraid of me. And he can see what you're imagining. If you are there, part of the team, and you are holding down the demoniac, and you are imagining Chicken Joy, he sees that. Uy, ikaw magdasal ka, gaganin ka. Okay? You should pray. Okay? So he will humiliate you. That is why it is very important to check always our emotions, that before we go to ministry, okay, we have no unforgiveness, our emotions are stable. We have gone to confession. Okay? Because the devil can reveal your sins if they have not been confessed. So we have cases wherein the priest did not confess, and because of that, the devil revealed the sins of the priests. Ilang beses, it has happened a number of times. Then later on, the priest goes to confession. Pagbalik niya, when the devil is asked, what are his sins? The devil does not know anymore. Okay, that means that God has eradicated the sin totally from reality. That is what confession does. That is what the sacrament, itong sakramento ng kumpisal does. It eradicates our sin in the eyes of God. That the devil doesn't even know that it existed. Okay, so very important, the sacrament. So obsession, as I mentioned, I will give you some examples so that you will understand what obsession is. You go to a house that is infested. Halimbawa, doon may mga taong na namuhay. Okay, they live a sinful lifestyle. Maybe it was a place wherein a lot of prostitution happened. And then you go there, stay in that room, and at night you have all these temptations to sin, to fall into the sin of lust. Right? So you're dealing with a demon of lust because of what happened in the place before dumating kayo. May naiwan dyan. That's why when you go to a place na hindi nyo alam kung sino nauna sa inyo, you don't know who has gone there, then you use your holy water, and then you command the Spirit to go in the name of Jesus. Okay? Or you can also use what we call the exorcism bell. That is usually what I use when I get harassed. If I have heavy cases, I will use the exorcism bell. I will ring it because it creates a sacred sound. Okay? And I command the Spirit to depart and never to return. And then I go back to sleep. Okay? So, also, if there is a place wherein a lot of suicide has occurred, there can be a spirit of suicide there. That is why it is very important, okay, to be aware of that. Because if not, and you are depressed, and you stay there, suddenly you will experience strong temptations to commit suicide. So we have many cases of that. Where yung isang kabataan, a young person moved to this place and somebody had committed suicide there, and the young person has certain emotional problems, and suddenly she starts to hear voices saying, kill yourself, you are worthless. So what we do is we simply exercise this place and we pray over the person, and we also allow the person to undergo counseling to address the issue sa kanyang puso. Okay? That's why meron kami mga counselors. Okay? Because the devil cannot simply possess you. He will have to find an opening in your life kung saan siya kakapit. Pag wala siyang makitang makapitan, then you will be totally protected. Also, strong sexual thoughts and impulses. Maybe if you go to a hotel room wherein a lot of sin has occurred, or hearing blasphemous voices. Father, when I went ghost hunting, or I played the spirit of the glass and tried to communicate with ghosts, yung mga multo, suddenly I started to hear voices. Okay? So this is what we call obsession. The attack is on the mind. So remember, the devil does not know what we are thinking. That's why, as an exorcist, if I want to test if a person is possessed, okay, first, he doesn't know what I'm thinking, but I can direct my thoughts to the devil. I can command, halimbawa, I'm doing an interview and the person is talking at sinabi ko, mukhang there is a spirit here. I will say, only with my mind, in the name of Jesus Christ, show yourself. Then biglang the person starts to react. Okay? Because the devil cannot know what's in my mind, but I can direct my thoughts to him. I can speak to him mind to mind. Ganun din with our guardian angels. Hindi nila alam what is in my heart. So if I want to pray to my guardian angel, I have to direct my thoughts to my guardian angel because he doesn't know what I'm thinking. Only God knows what is in the heart. Diabolical paranoia. Father, when I started, I joined this culto, isang kulto. Now I see the devil everywhere. I see the devil, when I look around, I see his face everywhere. So this is what we call diabolical paranoia. Or, I have encountered even seminarians who have been brought to occult practitioners, like albularios. Afterwards, suddenly, they have no more faith in God. Suddenly, they say, Father, I don't have any more consolations in prayer. Napaka-dry na ang aking prayer life. I had, a few years back, I exorcised 2 seminarians in our seminary. And the reason was because one made a pact with Satan. Okay? Imagine nyo, seminarista. Why? Because when he was 7 years old, he still had faith in God, but he could see spirits. So his mother brought him to an albularyo, sinara yung kanyang third eye. But actually, as I mentioned, it was simply subjugated by another spirit, a more powerful spirit that removed all consolation in prayer. So the next time nagdadasal siya, wala na siyang nararamdaman. He could not experience the presence of God anymore. And therefore, he said, Father, that is why I went to Satan, because at least I can experience his presence. Weird, no? And he made a pact with Satan. Sabi niya, I will offer you my blood as long as you heal me. Kasi may mga sakit siya eh. And afterwards, he made a pact. The next day, he was totally healed of all his sicknesses. Then sabi pa niya, I want to know how to draw. I want to know how to draw anime. So gumawa na naman siya ng pact with Satan. And the next day, yung isang formator sa seminary, isang pare, pumunta sa kwarto niya, his room was filled with anime drawings. And he could draw with both hands, sabay. He could draw with both of his hands. Natakot na lamang siya because later on, gumigising na lang siya, he would wake up in the refectory or in the dining hall. And he didn't know how he got there. That means he was already getting possessed. And he wanted already, he felt that he was going to go amok. He wanted to get a knife and stab one of the priests in the seminary already. And therefore, that's the time that he asked for help. Okay, so I exorcised this seminarian. And when he was vomiting, may mga dugo na lumalabas sa kanyang, what if he was expectorating blood. Because he made a pact using his blood with Satan. Through the internet. Through the internet yun. Okay. Okay, so the devil can cause also intense depression, anger and fears from out of nowhere. Father, now that I remember isang madre na who wanted to try an Eastern form of meditation sa yoga. And may mantra siya. She did not know that the mantra was the name of a demon. Inulit-ulit niya until may pumasok sa kanya. And then after it entered into her, she lost her mind. Okay? So 20 years she was under psychiatric medication. And iba yung kanyang ugali. What do I mean? She became very isolated and very volatile. Laging nakikipag-away sa kanyang mga kasamang madre. So the sister, the superior brought her to me and I did a diagnostic exorcism. And biglang nag-react yung madre. So nagulat yung superior because the sister pala was possessed already. But after the spirit had been expelled, immediately, sabi ng kanyang mga sa community who did not know that she was exorcised, they told Mother Superior, bakit si sister ngayon parang normal na, ang bait na, hindi na natutulog during prayers. Okay? So, yung iba sa inyo, natutulog palagi sa prayers. Ayan, okay? The spirit of sloth. Okay? The spirit of sloth. At sabi nila, sister, bakit si sister ganon? Mother, bakit si sister ganon? Napaka-approachable na, ang bait na. Okay? Hindi na siya, okay, hindi na siya yung parang aloof, and hindi na siya parang nagmamataas, okay? O nagyayabang or whatever. No? Very approachable. Okay? So you can see the effect. After that, her medication, imagine nyo, 20 years under medication. After that, unti-unti na tinanggal yung kanyang psychiatric medication. Now, oppression, the attacks are as I mentioned, from the outside sa ating katawan. For example, you can wake up with bruises in your body. Okay? I have cases wherein they will wake up with scratch marks, for example. Usually, tatlong scratch marks, no? That's a sign of the diabolical spirit, no? Usually three claw marks on the person's body. That means there is a spirit attached to this person, usually an incubus, sexual demon. Or pwede kayong kinulam o binarang. Okay? That's a Tagalog term. Cursed. You could have been cursed by someone into witchcraft, okay? Mangkukulam o mambabarang. And therefore, suddenly, the doctors do not know what's wrong with you. Okay? And they cannot diagnose. So that can happen. Okay? If you have been cursed. But if you are protected by sacramentals and you're always in the state of grace, the witches will not curse you. Because if they conjure a spirit, they call upon Satan to send a demon to attack you, and you are protected. What happens is that the demon that is sent will return to the sender. Okay? Bumabalik sa kanila. If you are in the state of grace and you are wearing sacramentals. Okay? So very important yan, ha? Don't forget it, because we have many cases now of people, because they are not protected, okay, the devil is able to cause physical harm sa kanila. Or also, yung tinatawag natin night terrors, yung binabangungot, you cannot sleep. When you wake up, parang you are paralyzed, or you are sexually assaulted while you are asleep. Okay? Incubus or succubus attacks ang tawag doon. Pag babae, an incubus. Pag lalaki, a succubus. The demon has no sex, but it can attack. If it attacks a woman, it takes the form of a male spirit. Okay? If it attacks a man, it takes the form of a female spirit. Also, it can divide families. For example, gayumas. Have you heard about gayuma? Yan. May mga case kami na gayuma. Okay? That means may pinakain, the person ingested something, and suddenly the person starts to get obsessed with the person who sent the love potion. Okay? I remember one case wherein this young woman, when she took something, suddenly she fell in love with this guy. She was put into a trance or hypnotic trance. When the spirit was expelled, natanggal na yung spirito, nagulat na lang siya na she already had a boyfriend. That means she was hypnotized by the spirit. Also, a curse can be sent against your business. If you have a competitor and you have not have your business blessed by a priest, and you don't have any sacramentals, then there can be some effect in your business. Also, unusual and grave sicknesses and sufferings that are not anymore normal. The devil can cause this, or freak accidents. May mga tao na palaging na-aksidente. Okay? There is a spirit attached to them, causing all of these freak accidents. Okay? Sabi nila, Father, malas at ang buhay ko. I have bad luck. There is no such thing as good luck or bad luck. Walang swerte. Because everything is under divine providence. Everything is under the hand and the plan of God. God is under the power of God. Nothing is outside the power of God. Therefore, if you have experienced, parang buhay nyo, parang malas, or it seems that you have bad luck, you're under attack. Check. You may have an opening. Of course, possession, when the devil takes full possession of the body and its senses. Kapag gumising na yung tao, wala na siyang naalala. Infestation is when extraordinary demonic attack is centered on an animal, isang hayop, isang bagay, like an anting-anting, an amulet, or a place. Okay? Isang school na infested o haunted. Okay? So I remember one of my first cases, I was exorcising a woman. And then when I exorcised the demon, it went to her pet dog. May aso siya. So doon pumunta, and then the dog started to become wild. Okay? So I had to go out. I had to exorcise the dog. And then it returned back to the woman. Biglang the woman started howling and growling like a dog. Okay? So it can happen. Okay? Kaya nga always have your animals blessed and put some sacramentals on them. Like Saint Benedict's medal, because the devil can possess, they can attach sa balete tree. Di ba? Pwede silang kumapit sa balete tree. They can attach to animals. Kaya baka later on, meron kayong mga pets, you're in the ministry, before you go to the ministry, biglang kagagat din kayo ng aso ninyo. O biglang magwa-wild yung aso ninyo. Remember, they are very sensitive to the spirits. Kaya if they are in a haunted house, you will notice that they can detect if there are spirits around. So protect them also. Because I had one friend, exorcist, who we trained, Father Jojo Cerudo, sabi niya, every time may bago pa lang kami I was just a few years in the ministry, every time we would go to exorcise someone, one of his puppies, matupa niya, yung puppies niya, okay, would die. So, the demon would retaliate against his pets. Nung bumili naman siya, goldfish na lang, naubos rin yung kanyang mga goldfish. Okay. Kaya nga minsan sinasabi niya, sa mga cases, oy, give naman and be generous in doing the assignments, naubos na yung aking mga goldfish dahil sa kaso mo. Okay? So, pray also for protection over your possessions and your pets. Now, sabi ni St. Thomas Aquinas, a demon can deceive men by some action from without. He can fashion from the air, he can use from the air, and create a body that you can see. Okay? So, halimbawa, if a demon wants to appear today, here, what he will do is he will use the electricity in this auditorium, and biglang mag-flicker yan. Okay? Tapos medyo lalamig na, kasi he's using the heat and using the energy. And later on, may maliit na orb dito. Unti-unti, lalaki yan until maging full-blown apparition yan. Okay? So sabi ni St. Thomas Aquinas, the devil can fashion from the air a body of almost any form and shape. And then assume it and appear to us visibly. We will be able to see him. So be very careful also if your third eye is open. Because if bukas yung third eye ninyo, Father Winston will discuss that. Usually the devil will appear to you as a divine being, as an angel, as Jesus Christ, as Mama Mary. Okay, that is how he deceives a lot of people. Okay? Kaya marami tayo dito, no? In the Philippines, so many false visionaries. Because no one discerns. Agad-agad, Father, kasi kamukha ni Jesus eh. So automatically, that is Jesus for him. While St. Ignatius of Loyola, kilala niyo ba si San Ignacio? Yes. The first two apparitions that he had of Jesus Christ was demonic. Hindi niya nahalata na yung nagpapakita sa kanya, kahawig ni Jesus, anyo ni Jesus, but it was a demon. He only had doubt when he looked at the figure of Christ and said, Lord, where are the wounds in your feet and in your hands? Wala. And therefore, the demons suddenly started to show his real form. Okay? Now, these are some signs to check if your place has a demon. If, for example, in your home or your family, there are generations of sin and bad luck. Parang pare-pareho na lang yung mga sicknesses sa family ninyo. Because I remember I had a case of a 2-year-old kid. My youngest case was 2 years old. My oldest case was around 70. Okay? Now, 2 years old. Now, this young child was adopted, and when she would be with her stepfather, masyadong malaswa. That means she was very sexual, sensual. When she would kiss the father, it was done in a very sexual manner. It was only later discovered that yung kanyang mother was a prostitute. So you can see the demon of lust went down to this child. That is why in baptism, before the priest baptizes a child, he will first exorcise the child. But madalas, hindi na ginagawa ng mga pari yun. Nagiging optional na lang. That's why, check that the parish priest who will baptize a child uses the exorcism before the baptism. Okay? So there can be generations of sin and bad luck. What is going down is a spirit. So halimbawa, kung yung ninuno ko was someone who was very violent. So many spirits of violence would attach to him. Pag namatay siya, itong mga spirito ay bababa sa next in line. And then next in line until maputol yan. That is why we need intergenerational spiritual liberation to expel the spirits that are going down the generations. It can be sickness, it can be spirits of the occult. Magkukulam yung lola mo, bababa sa'yo yan. Later on, you know how to curse without anyone teaching you. Or a family who seems to have, Father, we go to the sacraments, pero yung mga biyaya ng Diyos, the blessings of God and graces don't seem to enter our family. So there could be a diabolical spirit blocking the blessings of God. If there is a diabolical spirit, they can block all blessings from the Lord. That's why there are families, kapag natanggal na yung spirit, biglang relational blessings, financial blessings, pumapasok. Outbreak of paranormal and psychic phenomena in a house. Father, gumagalaw yung mga bagay dito sa aming, sa gabi, parang gumagalaw, ang daming gumagalaw, maraming ingay, we hear so many things, there is no natural cause for them. Things are moving on their own. I remember one of my last cases of infestation wherein yung doktora, ito isang doktora, no? She was a doctor, and her sister gave her a manika, no, like a doll, parang si Annabelle, right? You watch the movie Annabelle, right? And then she put it in one corner. Every time na umuwi siya, kasi she lives by herself, the doll will be in another place. Gumagalaw. Until one time na she was with her friend, kaibigan niya, nagkakwentuhan sila, and then parang mayroon silang nakitang gumalaw sa tabi, something moved, something was walking. When they looked, it was the doll. It was walking on its own. Then, worse pa, okay, the doll looked at them. So you know what happened? Takbuhan yung dalawa, no? Okay. So parang, ano ba to? Parang si Annabelle. Okay? So, I had to bless their house. Okay? but they got rid of the doll. They threw away the doll immediately. Okay? So be careful. Okay? Sufferings that are not crosses anymore, as I mentioned, the Lord allows crosses in our lives, but if there is a demon that is aggravating your condition, then the cross will be something that is not anymore life-giving. It makes you miserable. It doesn't make you holy. It doesn't bring you peace. That means there is a demon that could be aggravating your problem. Okay? Or for example, in a certain isang tahanan, isang bahay, more than one person gets oppressed, obsessed, or possessed. That means the house can be infested. Or, Father, when I moved to that house, suddenly I experienced very strong temptations to commit suicide. Or I feel, suddenly I'm depressed. Right? So you check the history of the house and makita nyo dyan, meron pala nag-suicide. One of the hardest cases that I handled was exorcising a formation house where a priest committed suicide. Because it takes many demons to tempt a priest to kill himself. So when this priest died, remember, demons can attach to us. Okay? But if I die, namatay na ako, what happens is that the demons have no more, they cannot hold on anymore to the soul because the soul is going to be judged by the Lord. So anong nangyayari sa mga spiritong ito? What happens to the spirits there attached to this person who died? They are let loose in the room. That is why in hospitals, marami mga sightings. Kasi maraming namamatay doon. So maraming naiiwan na mga masasamang spirito doon. Because the guardian angel of that person who died goes with the person to Christ. Yung naiiwan, yung mga guardian demons ng taong iyon. They're the ones who are left behind. They cannot follow the soul to do the particular judgment. So naiiwan sila doon sa lugar. That's why pag may namatay, somebody dies in your house, in a certain room, use holy water. Because if not, and you are psychic, bukas yung third eye mo, pwedeng magpakita yung demonyo bilang yung taong iyan. You will think that you are seeing your loved one when actually it's a demon. Because the demon is looking for another body to inhabit. So for example, bukas yung third eye ko, my third eye is open, I'm psychic, I go to a wake, a funeral home. And the demons are now looking for a secondary host. Because the person whom they used to be attached to has passed away. They cannot anymore cling to him. So if I go to the wake and I see suddenly an apparition that looks like my friend who died, and I communicate with him, and it's a demon, pag uwi ko, dala-dala ko na yan. So I only pray for the soul. If you are psychic and you see an apparition, don't talk to it. Many times, it's the demon. Okay. So, I want to say a little about wandering souls. Okay? Because maraming nagsasabi may wandering souls. That is souls who do not know that they are dead. Hindi na alam na sila na patay na, sabi nila. They don't know that they are dead because maybe they had an accident. And therefore, a psychic must talk to them and say, it's time for you to move on to the next level. So, the question is, are there wandering souls on this earth? Yes or no? No. I will explain to you why. The teaching of the church is this. Know your catechism, my dear brothers and sisters. When you die, immediately after death, you are already rewarded. Kaya nga, CCC, Catechism of the Catholic Church, 1021. And Catechism of the Catholic Church, 1022. Each man receives his eternal retribution in his immortal soul at the very moment of his death. You are already judged at the moment of death. Your angel, guardian angel, brings you to Jesus to judge you automatically already. But there are poor souls in purgatory. Iba naman yan. They are not wandering souls. So for example, namatay na ako, and then later on, paggabi na, lights, madilim na dito, and then you see someone here walking back and forth, parang wearing my shirt, and then you might say, baka si Father Josis yan, kasi nagbigay ng talk dito yan, baka he cannot still just see the light, and he has to move on. Okay? That is a wandering soul. That is false. That is a diabolical spirit. Okay? But there are poor souls in purgatory, and they can appear to us for two reasons only. For the consolation of the living. For example, anniversary ng namatay niyong kamag-anak whom you really miss, so they can leave some form of sign for you to know that they are happy. Maybe during the anniversary, you dream of them. Usually they can come in the form of dreams to console us. That can happen. But they are not stuck on this earth. They are not wandering around here na hindi nila alam kung saan sila patungo. Okay? They are already judged by the Lord. Or, if they are seeking prayers, then they can appear to people. But as I mentioned, don't talk to them because you will never know if they are demons. Whom did they appear to? To the saints, because napakalakas ng kanilang puwersa at kapangyarihan para mamagitan. They can easily, when they intercede, their intercession is very powerful. To those who can offer them suffrages, like to priests and sisters, they can sometimes appear, that we priests can offer masses for them. Or to their loved ones who can recognize them, especially through dreams, so that you can pray for them. Okay? So those are the persons who they usually appear to. Okay? So always be aware that there are no such thing as wandering souls. They are always diabolical. That's why when we exercise places na sinasabi nila may wandering souls, all these wandering souls disappear. Because we command them in the name of Jesus to leave and go to the Lord, foot of the cross. Now, of course, alam naman natin that there are elementals or nature spirits. Ito yung mga engkanto. Okay? Okay, mga duwende, mga tikbalang, mga kapre. Demons can appear in any form. Now, they are found in all cultures. Okay? In the United States, in Europe, they call them elves or fairies, dwarves. Okay? Usually, those who can see them are usually those who are psychic. If you are not psychic, don't worry, you will not see them. Okay? So, they are seen usually by psychics. And these fairies or elementals or nature spirits, later on, because they have power, because they are fallen angels, ano nangyayari? People would start to worship them. Mag-aalay ngayon yung tao. People will start to offer them something to get something in return. Because people, yung ating mga ancestors, without any knowledge about the gospel, so that these spirits are powerful. And therefore, let us offer them something so that they can give us also some of their power. And therefore, these elementals became yung mga tinatawag natin mga tribal or ancestral spirits. Later on, they developed when a big community adopted them and made them into gods. Ginawa silang Diyos-Diyosan, mga anitos natin. Then, yan yung mga naging gods or idols of yung nakikita natin in the Old Testament. In the Old Testament, sa Lumang Tipan, nakikita natin, around Israel, there were Canaan, Babylonia, Egypt, they had all their gods. Mga Diyos-Diyosan nila yan. Yan yung mga elementals na later on ginawa nila mga Diyos-Diyosan. So I would like to quote Father Amorth. It is wrong to accept the prevalent opinion that there are spiritual beings that are not mentioned in the Bible. These are the invention of spiritists, of followers of the occult, of those who espouse reincarnation, of those who believe in wandering souls. Okay, so malinaw. Okay? There are no good spirits other than angels. There are no evil spirits other than demons. So in the spiritual world, nandun yung mga angels, the faithful angels, the good angels, the fallen angels, then there is man, tayo, yung we call ourselves, tayo na buhay pa ngayon, we call ourselves the church militant. Okay? That means we are here for combat. Okay? We are here in order to enter into a spiritual war against the enemies of Christ. In heaven, we call the souls in heaven as the church triumphant. In purgatory, the suffering souls. In hell, the damned souls. So yung mga elementals, mga wandering souls, yung mga Diyos-Diyosan ay mga demonyo. That's why Christ came in order to remove us from submitting ourselves to these gods who are not really gods. Kaya kapag isang Katoliko dadaan sa isang gubat, for example, I will pass through a forest and I say, tabi-tabi po, or excuse me, hey, natutuwa ang mga demonyo dyan. Okay? Because look at this Christian, look at this Catholic. He has power to expel me, but he is asking permission from me. Yeah. So when you do that, automatically you put yourself and submit yourself back again to the gods who are not gods. Sabi nga ni St. Paul. That's why this is a sin against the first commandment. Diba? We call that superstition. Okay? So walang tabi-tabi po or excuse me po, okay? Makikiraan po, okay? Or you're talking to demons, okay? You're not talking to your angels, okay? Ito yung mga cases sa Manila. If you notice, 55% ay oppression, 15% ay possession, infestation 21%, obsession 9%. Sadly, tignan nyo yung mas marami mga babae kaysa mga lalaki. Why? Well, it's because women can more easily develop their psychic abilities. Because women are more intuitive. You are more right brain than left brain. That means you are more creative. You have a certain, kaya nga sa mga madre, they can more easily enter into contemplation and prayer. And it's easier for medyo mga lalaki, mga manhid yan okay? Manhid kami, no? So, pag mahirap ibuksan yung third eye namin. Okay? That's why, and that's also good. If you're an exorcist, and bukas yung third eye mo, once you start commanding the spirit, the devil will fill your imagination with all kinds of horrible things, and you cannot continue. I have trained exorcists who had nabukas yung kanilang third eye. They had opened third eye. They cannot continue because why? The devil is directly able to attack their emotions, their imagination, their memory, even their body because bukas yung kanilang third eye. Okay? Because the devil can easily attack you if you are basically someone who has an opening to the world of the fallen angels. You are sensitive to their world. Bukas yung third eye ninyo. Some statistics, usually before the pandemic, we had around 3 cases a day. 15% were purely psychological. How many were diabolical or have a diabolical element? 85%. You see, napakarami, no? But, as I mentioned, it can be 50% psychological, 50% emotional, and 50% diabolical. So it's not usually 100% diabolical, 100% psychological. Usually, halo yan. That's why we have counselors also with us. Okay? You must be suicidal, for example, who are oppressed and even possessed, they still need to be counseled. Even if you remove the spirit, yung kanilang mga hinanakit sa buhay, yung kanilang mga sugat sa buhay, their hurts and their woundedness, their traumas are still there and they still have to be healed by a professional. Okay? How long before the case is resolved? Usually, pwedeng one session to at most, usually pinakamahaba namin, 1 year. The average is more to 3 to 6 months. Because we prepare the person well before even the pray over. Okay? When is a case not resolved? When there is no cooperation from the victim. All cases are resolved. Always 100% yan. Because God will always triumph over the devil. Yes? But, if the person is not willing to convert, lumalapit sa amin, approaches us, but does not want to change his lifestyle and return to the Lord, it is useless. That's why Jesus did not, when Judas was possessed by Satan, diba? Satan entered into him. Naalala nyo yun? Jesus did not exorcise him. His own apostle, he did not exorcise. Everyone else, he exorcised except Judas. Why? Because Judas made a choice for Satan. So you don't exorcise someone who chooses Satan, who chooses to continue to live in sin, and who still doesn't desire a relationship with the Lord. Because ano mangyayari dyan? Babalik lamang ang mga spirito with 7 more spirits, and they will torture more the victim. Babalik at babalik yung mga spirito, as Jesus said. That's why I can give you absolution, but if you're not sorry, walang effect yung absolution ko sa inyo. It's just as simple as that. The person has to choose the Lord. Not simply, I want to be liberated from the devil, but Lord, I love you and I want to return to you. And I want to remove this block that the devil is putting so that I can again belong to you entirely, fully, and freely. That should be the proper disposition. And the person will be liberated by the Lord. Because it is useless to be liberated or healed if you end up in hell. Okay? Walang saysay. Naalala ko yung isang kwento, no, ni Padre Pio. May dumating couple approached Padre Pio and said, Father, we have this child. He is dying of a sickness. Padre Pio, can you intercede to God so that he will be healed? So Padre Pio went to one side, pumunta siya sa isang tabi, knelt down, and when he stood up, you know what he said? The Lord said, no. So nagulat yung dalawang magulang. The parents were shocked. And he explained, because this child, if this child grows up, he will become a murderer, he will kill people, and he will fall into hell. But if the Lord, that's why the Lord will not heal him, but simply allow the sickness to continue to its natural end. So after that, they accepted it, and now all of them, the entire family, is in heaven. Okay, so that's important to remember. The Lord knows, okay, what is best for us. That's why some are healed immediately, some are liberated immediately, some are not. Now I will give you a certain siguro structure para makita nyo paano napopossess yung isang tao. Halimbawa, yung grandfather o yung lolo was a healer or spiritist. The father was a high-ranking Mason. While the child was still young, the family practiced blood rituals. They would offer animals like chicken blood or the blood of goats, yung mga kambing. Okay? And this little boy had an imaginary friend. Okay? So imagine that. May kalaro siya na Encanto, elemental. Now, when this child is enters elementary, imagine the house where he is living has a lot of elementals. And they have also a lot of good luck statues. Okay? Mga feng shui o mga Buddhas. Okay? And then, for example, the parents, okay, they do a lot of rituals that are pagan for good luck, pangpaswerte. Nagpapadugo sila regularly in order to consecrate the place to the spirits para may swerte sila. When this child reaches high school, he is brought to healers, albularios, magtatawas, for example, faith healers, and fortune tellers, and sorcerers when he is sick. And he is asked to wear yung mga anting-anting o agimat. When he reaches college, he because he is very psychic, he wants to do ghost hunting. Okay? So he tries to hunt for ghosts. He goes under a balete tree and tries to communicate with the spirit there using spirit of the glass. He tries to develop his psychic powers kasi kala niya it's a gift. And by this time, around his 20s or 30s, he doesn't anymore go to confession. He doesn't anymore attend mass. There is no more grace in his soul. He develops yung kanyang mga new age powers. Kasi sabi niya, may power pala ako. I can develop this for healing, for example. He does not wear any sacramentals and he lives a sinful lifestyle. By this time, he is already possessed. Between working and college, he will be experiencing oppression. And from his high school, between high school and college, he will experience obsession. So you notice, habang dumadami at dumadami yung mga demonyo, halimbawa, yung kumakapit sa bata, as more and more demons attached to him, they become stronger and stronger. So, for example, imagine the boy is simply a glass of water, and the demons already, for example, 40% of the glass is already full, there is still no manifestation. But when the demons reach 60%, then the boy starts to experience diabolical obsession. Now, for example, he continues with these activities, naging 80%, then nag-umpisa na yung oppression. And then, pag puno na yung baso, the demons have reached a certain number that it is full already. He is filled with demons, he gets possessed. Okay? That's why when we do an exorcism, we have to check the lifestyle of the person. We just don't do an exorcism because you don't know the life of this person. Baka biglang you do an exorcism over this person and he commits suicide because the demons are so strong. They are so strong in the person and they retaliate against the person. Kaya dapat alam niyo yung buhay, paano na-possess yung taong ito. So that you give him first assignments, go to confession, renounce these activities, wear sacramentals, go back to the Lord, have a devotion to Mama Mary, have a devotion to the angels. Then pag handa na siya, then you can do the prayer session. Or else you will be wasting your time. Right? Or it will be very dangerous for this person. Okay? Because hindi nyo alam yung buong buhay niya. Okay. We still have a few minutes. Okay. I would like to discuss a little of the openings to the diabolical. There are 4 openings that give the devil more power over us. Of course, alam natin kasalanan, sin. That's why when you fall into sin, mortal sin, go immediately to confession and use sacramentals. Because every time you sin, I will discuss that more later, demons naaaliw sa atin. They get attracted to sin. So they start to attach to us. Okay? And little by little, if you don't command them to go, they become more and more attached to our bodies. I will explain that more later. Ito naman, psychic vulnerability, binubuksan mo yung third eye mo through drugs, developing your psychic powers with the new age. trauma, marami kang trauma sa buhay, especially that causes hatred in your heart. So the demons attach to the emotions. Very difficult to exorcise someone who has unforgiveness. Usually, if the spirits cannot be expelled, check nyo yung kanyang puso. Madalas, it is an unforgiveness there. A hatred na hindi niya binabahagi sa inyo. Usually, he will keep it hidden because nahihiya siya. But usually, when the demons do not go, usually look at the emotions. There is something in the heart. And of course, the occult, contamination. The first opening is sin. Every sin causes more disorder, which gives the demons more power over us. Every sin attracts more and more spirits. Every additional demon creates a strengthening stronghold in the faculties, which causes addictions and vices. So, Father, even though whatever I do, I've gone to confession many times, the demon, I still fall into sin because the sacrament of reconciliation frees the soul from the devil. But the sacramental of exorcism and prayers of liberation, spiritual liberation, removes the bandage of the devil over the body that has been used in sinning. Okay? That's why you have to use both at the same time. The sacrament of confession and the sacramentals. Okay? Halimbawa, nag-away yung isang mag-asawa. In a family, the husband and wife they have a very big fight. And it attracts spirits from outside. And the next fight, the couple do not understand why parang their anger is even worse. When they start to fight with each other, parang gusto na mag-amok ng isa. Mas matindi na yung away nila. It's because the spirits from outside are aggravating the emotions of the couple. That's why you have to create a sacred space. If you have a bad fight and a conflict and spirits have come in, use the sacramentals immediately to expel the spirits so that if ever you have another conflict, there are no spirits around that are attracted and will aggravate your conflict. Okay? Remember that, very important. That's why if you go and do exorcism of houses, yung mga bahay na maraming mga paranormal, check unang-una sa lahat, look at the relationships among the family members. Usually may problem doon. And that is the one that attracts the spirits. Okay? Look at that. So sabi ni Origen, a church father, every one of the 7 capital sins with all its derivations is governed by a particular evil spirit. The more an evil habit is hardened through the practice of evil, the more that the demon corresponding to that evil possesses us. So whenever you sin, it's always good to regularly use holy water over yourself, okay, and command the spirits to go, so that the spirits do not build up. Parang sa ngipin natin, di ba, may plaque. That's why we have to, brush our teeth regularly because the plaque can build up and later on, papatayin yung ating ngipin. Ganun din yung mga demonyo. They can build up. And therefore, we have to, have a regular use of the sacramentals. So if in your house, you want to protect it, seal it with sacramentals. Because there are many spirits outside that when they see something happening na hindi maganda sa tahanan, sa bahay ninyo, they will come in. And then they will aggravate what they see there. But if you have sacramentals, when the spirits see you are fighting and they want to come in, they will not be able to come in. But what will they do? They will just go to your neighbors. Okay? Kawawa naman sila. I-warn nyo naman sila, uy, gumamit din kayo ng sacramentals. Okay, Father Winston will discuss more the occult third eye. 7 out of 10 of our cases bukas yung kanilang third eye. So Father Winston will discuss how to close this psychic ability. Okay? Now, it's very important because there can be people who will try to join the ministry and bukas yung kanilang third eye. Father, I can help you because I have this gift. Okay? Very, very dangerous. Okay? So, very important, before someone assists in the ministry, this has to be closed unang-una sa lahat, or else this person will give deceiving information to the team. Okay? You have to make sure that hindi ka psychic, wala kang occult power, and you simply use the charisms that are given to us by the Lord. Okay? So make sure that no one joins the team na bukas yung kanilang third eye, o what we may say, may occult power, meron silang power na galing sa ninuno nila, whatever. Okay? Make sure that they use only the charisms of the Lord. Okay, why? Because when you open your occult third eye, you do not have access to the supernatural world, but you have access to the tinatawag nating preternatural world, the world of the fallen angels. Because to get in touch with God, we need grace. Okay? Kaya nga't yung mga pagano, yung mga hindi niniwala kay Jesus, those who don't believe in God, the pagans, the animists, they cannot get in contact with the one true God. They can only open their psychic abilities and experience the idols in the preternatural world. Kaya nga, I would like to quote itong si Blessed Anne Catherine Emmerich. Sabi niya, when one becomes a psychic, then one of man's faculties possessed before the fall, a faculty that not entirely extinct, is in a certain measure resuscitated, and he lies helpless in a most mysterious state, exposed to the attacks of the evil one. That means, pag binuksan mo yung third eye mo, you will be exposed to diabolical attacks more easily. Okay, some signs if you are psychic, para malaman nyo kung psychic kayo o hindi. Madalas, you tend to see a lot of movements on the side of your eyes, your peripheral vision. Okay, sa tabi ng inyong mata, parang palagi kayong may napapansin na parang gumagalaw dyan. No? Like in your peripheral vision, you can see shadows moving there, white or black shadows. Okay? So take this all together. See if you have most of this. Secondly, you have a tendency to see ghosts. Whenever you go, you have a tendency to see, uy brother, mukhang may nakita ko dyan. Okay? And it's something that is very common in you. That's a sign that you have a psychic ability. Then you tend to hear whispers or other sounds. Parang may nagsisit-sit sa'yo. Gumagano siya. Pag dumadaan ka sa gubat or you are passing a field, okay, you can easily hear the duendes or the elementals calling you. Okay? You can usually smell something burning or foul. That means parang may nasusunog dito. That means you can sense and smell spirits. Usually when you go to a place that there are spirits, nagkakaroon kayo ng goosebumps, parang tumatas ang balahibo ninyo. Okay? And when a spirit is manifesting using electricity, you can sense the hairs on the back of your neck being electrified, parang tumataas. You can easily read people. Parang you can sense the emotions of other people. Parang nababasa mo yung ibang tao. You can easily read their emotions. Or you feel, you know what they are thinking of. Or you can suddenly experience changes, radical changes in your body temperature. Parang umiinit yung katawan mo and one part, then the other is cold. Pag pumasok kayo sa isang haunted na lugar, parang lumalaki yung ulo ninyo. You sense it is growing big. Or when you enter a haunted place, nakakasakit kayo, sumasakit yung ulo ninyo o tiyan ninyo. Usually have frequent headaches and stomach aches, especially in places that are infested. So this is not a charism, this is a psychic ability, okay? Heaviness in the shoulders. Usually, if you had an imaginary friend nung bata kayo na engkanto, usually you will always feel heaviness here in the shoulders. Also pains in the spine and neck area. Usually palagi sumasakit yung neck area nyo and spine. And there is no medical diagnosis from the doctors. You can have frequent mood swings, okay? And for no cause at all. Wala namang parang galit ka ngayon, masaya ka. And you are not diagnosed with a bipolar or a manic depressive personal disorder. You are easily hypnotized. That means in Manila may tinatawag diyan budol-budol. Have you heard that? Yeah. So madali ka mabudol-budol. That means I'm a witch. I can sense that your third eye is open. By looking at you, I can put you into a trance. I can hypnotize you. And later on, you are already withdrawing your money from the ATM. Okay? That means you are a person who can be easily hypnotized. Bukas yung third eye nyo yun. Tendency to have a lot of distracting images and thoughts. When you are praying, ang dami mga images and thoughts, labas-pasok sa imagination and your mind. When you have nightmares, they are very real. Vivid and lucid nightmares. Parang totoong-totoo yung mga panaginip ninyo. It seems very, very real, and when you wake up, you can still feel the fear in your heart, in your emotions. So, you have very vivid and lucid nightmares, and when you wake up, you still remember it very clearly, and emotionally, you are still affected even many hours later. Tendency to have dreams that predict calamities, accidents, sicknesses, and death na nangyayari. Okay, so the devil is putting all of these things in your dreams, in your nightmares, to make you see, in a sense, all of these calamities, sicknesses, accidents, and death, to make you afraid. Sometimes you have out-of-the-body experiences. Pag tulog ka, parang your body, your soul is leaving your body. You can easily feel and be affected by the negative emotions of other people. Halimbawa, you're with a lot of people na medyo negative sila, immediately you're affected. Or you can easily be drained of your energy for no apparent reason. So a witch can approach you and tap you, tatapiking lang kayo, and then gets your energy. Right? And then you feel very drained. So, if you have many of these, that means your psychic ability, your psychic ability is alive. Your third eye is open. Okay? Now, there are times when we are more psychic. Pag asleep, when we are asleep, kaya nga pwede tayong bangungutin madali. Okay? We can easily be attacked by demons at night. That's why we use holy water. Mga madre, before they sleep, they always use holy water around the dorms, the cloister. It's not because they can be tempted while they are asleep. It's because they can be harassed when they're asleep. Okay? When you are near death, when a person is dying, bumubukas yung third eye niya. So he starts to see spirits. That's why you have to use holy water kasi marami siyang makikita dyan. So the devil can appear to him in many forms. Okay? So use holy water, sabi ni Saint Faustina, of the Divine Mercy, use holy water around a dying person because it is then wherein bumubukas yung third eye niya at may marami siyang makita mga spirito. And also childhood, mga bata, bukas yung third eye yan ng mga bata. Children have usually open third eyes. That's why they can have imaginary friends who are real. But as they get older, once the left side of the brain develops, yung the rational, intellectual side, little by little, the person becomes non-psychic and nawawala yung kanyang psychic abilities. Normally. Unless the child is brought to a lot of faith healers, albularyo's, then pwedeng babuksan uli yan. Okay. The third opening is trauma. Okay, I will not go too much into this. Basta, if you have been abused many times, emotionally, physically, sexually, it can cause a lot of hatred and anger, unforgiveness. That is where the demons attach to. And of course, occultism. Okay? Practice invoking superhuman but not powers that come from God. 9 out of 10 of our cases in AMO, ito yung opening nila. One can be contaminated in 3 ways. Direct involvement, like practicing occult and esoteric activities. Okay? You learn to witchcraft or you go to a fortune teller. Remember, a fortune teller can never know the future. Only one person knows the future. Sino yun? God, di ba? Kaya nga, kapag mga fortune tellers sasabihin nila, I can foretell your future, that is a lie. Because if you notice, I used to be in Quiapo before. No? My first assignment was Quiapo Church. Marami ang fortune tellers doon, 250. Until now, they are still there. Wala pang tumatama sa loto. So the devil can predict the future, but cannot know the future. Okay? Another is being targeted by an occult practitioner, gayuma, or curse, and by having an ancestor who was an occult practitioner or frequent occultists. Meron kayong ancestor na malakas na albularyo dati. So some examples, at least this is in the Tagalog region. Albularyo or a faith healer or a traditional folk healer, nangkukulam, witch or sorcerer who does kulam, or who recites spells and mixes potions. He also has a voodoo doll. Meron siyang para manika, then he will get a hair from you. He will be able to steal isang buhok ninyo, put it there sa manika, ididikit niya, and it will represent you. And when he puts pins or nails on the doll, you will experience the same pains. In the parts wherein the nails are placed in the doll. Espiritista, an occult practitioner who communicates with the spirits of the dead. Mambabarang, Filipino Cebuano term for a sorcerer whose expertise is the use of fungus, beetles. Okay? When we pray over people na nabarang, malalaman ninyo because lumalabas sa ulo nila mga different insects like ants, okay? Mga buhangin, sand from the beach, lumalabas sa kanilang ulo, for example, or from the skin, you see objects coming out of the skin. I exercise someone wherein may ganyang kalaking pako, okay? A very big, parang tornilyo. It came out of her chest. Unti-unti bumukas yung kanyang chest, tapos we had to pull out that large nail out of her chest. Yan yung barang. Okay? The devil is able to put objects into the body of the person. Mangtatawas, one who is engaged in tawas, usually meron silang, do you know how they do this? Alam nyo ba paano ginagawa? Usually meron silang malaking plato, and then may kandila sila, then the wax that drips, may lalabas na muka. Oy, yan yung tito mo ah. Ayan. Siya yung sasabihin ng mangtatawas, yan yung kumulam sa'yo. Okay? That's the person who cursed you. Okay? Kaya yun, nag-aaway-aaway tuloy yung pamilya. Okay? Manghihilot. Okay? It's okay to have a massage. Okay? Tama. Pero pag may binubulong yung tao, yan yung hilot. That means he is calling upon a spirit in order to bring about the healing. Yung mga sinasaniban, meron ba kayong experience yan? Yung mga sinasaniban ng Santo Niño? Possessed. God will never possess someone. We call that mediumship or channeling. Manghuhula. Okay, so I would end with this quotation from the book of Deuteronomy chapter 18, verses 9 to 12. When you come into the land the Lord your God is giving you, you must not learn to imitate the abhorrent practices of these nations. No one shall be found among you who makes a son or daughter pass through fire, inaalay sa mga Diyos-Diyosan, yung kanilang anak, offering blood of their children to the gods, who practices divination or mangtatawas, who is a soothsayer, a fortune teller, manghuhula, or an ogre, ito yung mga mambabarang, or a sorcerer, mangkukulam, a witch, or one who casts spells, or who consults ghosts or spirits, mga spiritistas. Why? What does God say about them? For whoever does these things is abhorrent to the Lord. It is because of such abhorrent practices that the Lord your God is driving them out before you. That's why when a person, a Catholic, returns to these pagan practices, then what happens? The Lord removes His protection and the devil takes over. Doon mapasok ngayon ang demonyo. Because you are starting to use powers that are not from God. You are starting to submit yourself to gods who are not real gods. And our God is a jealous God. Parang sinasabi niyo sa ating Panginoon, Lord, you are not enough. That's why I have to go to this occult practitioner, I have to go to this fortune teller, because you are not enough for me. I will have my house, ipapafungsoy ko yung bahay ko, because you are not enough for me. So my dear brothers and sisters, let us be very careful. These are the openings that cause possession. And many Catholics in the Philippines still get possessed because no one teaches them, walang nagtuturo sa kanila mga bagay na ito. Okay? So if you enter the ministry, kayo unang-una sa lahat, you have to know these things, or else if you enter the ministry and you have openings like this, you will get retaliated upon. This ministry is not easy. There are many blessings and graces, but it is not easy. Ako mismo, I nearly died. I ended up in the ICU once because I made a mistake. And I almost lost my life. But if you know, if you learn about this ministry, and you trust in God's guidance, then you will be, not only will you be thriving in the ministry, but you will help a lot of people. Amen?